Hey,
Hi.
Hey.
it's so good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
Do you know what I also really love? I love that I know that Rabbi Gelman's right here.
Right there.
Guess what? I'm going to be there soon.
Same.
We all are. I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Anyway, talking about new beginnings. Like here we are.
5781, what's up?
So, do you want me to get started?
Yeah, Rabbi Singer.
Great. So, because this week we're reading the Torah portion Bereshit, I wanted to bring one of my favorite kind of Jewish ritual moments that I didn't actually learn about until a little bit later in life. And it's a part that some people say before the Kiddush, that is from the book from this week's Torah portion from Bereshit. So I'm gonna sing it and read the translation, and then talk about why I love it. So I just think it's a really beautiful melody, and so I'll sing it for you guys. All right, it goes like this. Vayhi erev vayhi boker yom hashishi, and it was evening and it was morning, the sixth day. Vayechulu hashamayim v'haaretz. The heavens and the earth were completed, and all of their array. V'chol tzivam vayechol Elohim bayom hashvihi malachto asher asa. With the seventh day, God completed all of the work that God had done. Vayishvot bayom hashvi'i mikol malachto asher asa. God ceased on the seventh day from all of the work that God had done. Vayevarech Elohim et yom hashivi. Vekadesh oto ki vo Shabbat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim la'asot. God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God had ceased from all of the work that God had created to do. And then you go, what? And then you go, and then you sing the Kiddush.
Yeah,
And we go Sabri,
I
and
was
we all
getting
say
fired up for the Kiddush.
L'chaim.
Yeah, exactly. And I love it, not just because it's such a, I don't know, to me the tune is kind of has an element of mystery in it, and like you're building up to say the Kiddush. But I love the idea that we're pausing every Shabbat, like right before we start Shabbat, and we're literally bringing ourselves out to think about the creation of the cosmos. Like it's not 20,000 feet, it's like 20 million miles. Like that's the view we're trying to take. We're trying to put ourselves at literally the very beginning of things, and to say like that's what's underlying this idea of Shabbat, that we're actually connecting ourselves to the creation and the resting in creation at the very beginning of the universe. And I think I don't know, there's something just so magical about that. That it's not just about work and not about our lives and not about like what we can take a rest from, which is really beautiful and important, but it's like literally how extraordinary is creation, and how extraordinary it was like the very beginning of the world. And that's why we do Shabbat. And so because it's all about beginnings, and it's not just about beginnings, but it's about like the very beginning, I was wondering if there's anything that is like beginning for you right now that we're all kind of at the beginning again. That's my question this week.
This wasn't an easy one. Because it felt like some things were beginning, but I've done them before. They were just starting again.
Yeah.
The most new formation and adjustment in my life actually is you guys and us and our team, and we've also included new beautiful additions along with you, Rabbi Singer. We have other special people that have joined our team at the temple, and in some funny way it feels really whole, and in a way it hasn't before, and it's exciting, and the newness of it makes the repetition of doing services and holidays, even high holy days again, even though that was different for many other reasons, It makes it all more meaningful and thrilling for me, a little bit it's like butterfly-ish, but I love it. And I'm learning about myself a little bit more, because every time I have to adjust to a new team, I realize what a stone cold freak I am and how many changes I need to make. But no, I'm extremely grateful for us and happy we're together. And so, yeah, that was the most new and wonderful thing in my life right now is Team Temple Sholom.
And you set up such an incredible foundation for us all to thrive, right? Because we rely on you to get us ready for what we're going to be working on, what we're going to be talking about, when we're going to be talking in services and all these things, and you give us that space to thrive. And Cantor Ben David, I was thinking in a similar vein to what you were talking about. Now, for me, the Vayhu Hashemayim is still relatively new. I don't think I'd ever heard it before I went to rabbinical school, and then I met Maayan, and she was like, "Oh, here, we'll start our Shabbat with this." It's like, I don't know what you're doing. And here Maayan was my teacher on this ancient Jewish custom, and that just every Shabbat, she's the one who sings it and brings in that 2 million-mile view for us both. And so Shira, Cantor Ben David, the way I was thinking was not just the new team we have, but the new way that we're working. Whether it is on Zoom from our homes, or Zoom from the sanctuary, or any number of different ways that we're doing different things. They all seem to have the word Zoom in them. We have to adjust. We have to have this new experience. And in that way, that on Yom Kippur, we are told that we're supposed to be shaken and be ready and have a new experience. That I feel like every time we either try a new thing, try to make our services in this time a little bit better with a new type of experience, when we have new experiences in person, at whether it's outside of the temple or in the parking lot or other places, we are shaking off a little bit of the dust and reimagining. As this time has really given us a lot of room to recreate out of necessity, but also out of excitement.
I love this. I love that every time we celebrate Shabbat, it's not just because we've just started the Torah, but it's every time we go through Shabbat that that we have to see ourselves anew. But better than that, I love that we have to imitate God in creation. I love that the whole notion is that we have to create, and then the beautiful thing also is that we have to create, but first we have to pause. Do you know that it's we're getting this command, and we're getting reminded of this, that God created all of creation. And so we have to be made in the image of God. We have to create all of creation. We can create a whole new world, but first we have to pause, think about who we most want to be. What do we want this world to look like? Get a little taste of it on Shabbat, and then set about trying to work on it. And so I love that in some ways we all just got this reset. We all, as a whole Jewish people, just got this reset. And then we get to remind ourselves of it every single Shabbat. So I think for me, what am I starting with? I'm starting with what are the ways that I want to be imitating God, knowing that we have this new year in front of us. What are we going to create? What are we going to create as a community? What are we going to create as faith leaders? What am I going to create with my family? This is a year when one of my sons becomes bar mitzvah. So it's just, it feels like there's all these new things waiting for us. And I have to remind myself that I am also not only somebody who's participating in creation, but I'm actually somebody who's creating. And with that comes a sacred responsibility to remember how much I'm made in the image of God, and how I can then make sure that this world reflects that in all the things that I do. But first, I have to pause and enjoy Shabbat. So I'm looking forward to doing that with all of us in this year that we're creating.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I know, as we speak. Well, I do love you guys, and I'm excited about all that lies ahead. I'm excited to have every holiday and redo it all over again with you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Thanks for
Bye.
listening.